Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video I want to share with you a little bit about my thoughts with the Xiaomi 14 Pro that I actually bought a couple of weeks back in China. Yeah, I know the phone has been in my hands for a couple of weeks now, but I've actually honestly only been testing it out for a couple of days. Reason being was because I was quite ill the past 1 week and it's actually been about 8 days more than a week since I've uploaded a video on my YouTube channel. So yep, today's video is going to be sort of like a first impressions, what you can expect when the Xiaomi 14 series lands in the global markets. I think I'm going to be sharing more of what I like and what I did not really like of the 14 Pro. So let's begin right away now. First and design foremost, let's start off with the things that I like here. When I first removed the phone from the box, guys, I must tell you this black version is really the kind of color that I'm vibing with. Just check out the back design, guys. It's completely matte out. It's so stealthy looking, and I really like this totally blackout look that you can get on the Xiaomi 14 Pro. Now I know that the camera module is unnecessarily larger than before. In fact, it's sitting on the top left corner, and it really causes a wobble when you put the phone on the desk, but the entire blackout look just really worked very well for me, so I'm still going to give it a thumbs up in that department. Now the second thing, display, that I really like about this device here, guys, and it's actually about the display. Now we're not going to talk about the sharpness of the display, the resolution, the LTPO, AMOLED, and all that. But actually Xiaomi did something really cool with the display. Now you just take a very close look at how it curves on the sides, guys. It's so clever. So basically you usually have your bezel around the entire frame of the display, but Xiaomi has made it very curved on the sides here, so you have sort of like a floating effect with your display. The display looks like it's sitting slightly above, and I think that's pretty cool. The slightly curved sides here also makes it very easy to navigate the phone itself, because it's still so smooth and indecent, doesn't really cause any sort of like unnecessary, accidental touches on the side. So that is all sangria there. Obviously the display is fantastic, but I just wanted to highlight, the amount of craftsmanship that went into the display shaping and all that pretty cool stuff there. Its durability also worth mentioning that this display here, I'm not sure what the official name is, Longjing or something like that, but it's supposed to be super durable, so I did not, drop my phone on the ground just to test out if it is crack-proof, but you can expect the display here to be more durable than before. Alright, the third thing that I really like here about this device is actually all about that Xiaomi Hyper OS. Now I'm not going to go into detail about what Hyper OS is all about, because I think at this point it is not really made for the global market. I would say that Hyper OS is more made for the China market because it incorporates a lot of IoT stuff. It's going to include the new future car, so it's basically creating an entire ecosystem of Xiaomi products that you can all control within one single device. So obviously in the global markets that's not really happening yet, but check out what they did to the lock screen, guys. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start a very quick screen recording, so you can actually see what I'm seeing on my phone, and just look at this. So if customization, you just go into your lock screen, check this out. You can actually long press a lock screen to actually go and choose a lot of different designs that can be customized. So if you just scroll down, you have the classic lock screen. If you go down further, you have in your rhombus, and this is giving Yount hat super huge clock at the front with that nothing look. So let's talk about that later. And last but not least, you also have your magazine, which obviously if you're going to put your face or your family mem face on it, you can get some pretty cool effects that I think again just changes the way the entire Xiaomi devices look in a positive way. Alright, so let's take a look at what customizations you can do here, guys. So let's say for example you choose the one of their best ones, so you go into that, you can actually go and choose your filter, and then you can actually choose whether you want to have that nothing phone look. So this is where you can actually choose a couple of different effects. You can even turn on the matte effect to have that totally blurred out look, and I think it looks quite cool here. A lot of fun stuff to play with. Obviously you can also change the font of the clock if you want to have something looking a bit more crazy, a bit more funky. You have all those in your settings, so pretty cool there. Once you've done with it, you can just hit done and click apply, and there we go, you have a brand new lock screen. So I've actually made a couple of different lock screens here. As you can see, actually works quite well with your own pictures. I shot this picture of a car, and check out the way it's able to detect the depth from the image itself. I think it did a pretty good job here. Obviously you can create even more different kinds of cool lock screen wallpapers, and that is something fun that I thought was really unnecessary for MIUI or Hyper OS, or whatever, just to give it a bit more freshness in terms of its user experience. So I think that's pretty cool there on the 11-14 Pro. Now last but not charging speed least, another cool thing that I really like here is actually in terms of the charging speed. Now obviously this comes with 120W fast charge, but it's pretty crazy quick, guys. It does like 100% in just 18 minutes, and I never had to worry about charging my device up. It's always very easy to charge, super quick all the way. Oh, the last thing that I should mention here, the one that I like is actually about the processor on board. So obviously, you are having the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. I actually compare it to my IU device here, and the performance obviously is very similar. It kind of missed out on my Vivo X100s in terms of the benchmark scores. The Vivo X100 kind of scored higher, but I'm not too concerned there because I know the Snapdragon chipset is going to be very powerful, very efficient on the Xiaomi 4 Pro. Alright, so now let's talk a camera, a bit about the things that I did not really like. Alright, and that actually blends me to the camera section, guys. So this time around, what we have at the back here is actually a triple camera setup. They're all 15 megapixel units, but what's changed here, I would say, is actually in the main sensor. We no longer get a 1-inch sensor, which I personally, as a photographer, do kind of feel missing when I try to take a couple of photos. Other than that, in terms of the Leica tuning, I'm not sure if it's just my eyes. I noticed that the Leica tuning was down a little bit compared to before. Previously on the my 13 series, on the 13T, which I did mention in my previous review video that I like very, very much, because it does gives that very unique look. Well, that is slightly down here on the SII 14 Pro, and I'm not sure why. Maybe based on their survey, they find that people did not really like that effect, but me personally, I really like the vignette and all that, the kind of color tuning, the less of the sharpening and all that. So I found that the cameras here, the pictures coming out from the camera wasn't something that I really, really loved and dig. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys a couple of sample photos. Obviously, let me know what you guys think. To me, it just looked like any other flagship phone because it law that feel, but that's just what I think, and perhaps maybe in the global version we'll get something different. Now another thing that I did not really fancy about this device here is actually also in terms of that huge camera cutout. Now I don't mind it being big and all that, but sometimes when I'm playing games, the way my hand rest is like this, so it's directly on the lens itself, and it's kind of annoying because not only do your hands always get in the way of the camera, but it also kind of smudges out the camera lenses, so you always have to wipe your lens when you want to take a new photo. If you rotate the phone the other way, yep, no secret there, obviously your right hand will then be also hitting the camera lens, so no matter how, your hand will still be covering the camera lens, and I found that a little bit annoying, but not really a deal breaker anyways. That is just my quick look at the 11-14 Pro. Obviously, like I said, honest thoughts here. I've just been using this phone for a couple of days. I'll try to use it a bit more and share more updates with you guys. If you have anything that you want me to test out, feel free to leave it down in the comment below. Thank you again for continuing to support the channel and watching to the end. Don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye.